Happy birthday, America. It's the 4th of July. Today we're going to be talking about the presidential debate, what we learned from that. I'm Eric Sepanek, this is Steve Rand, and this is the Gold Spot.
Well, Eric, I think by watching the debate, we can all agree that not a lot was discussed really at all, except for the fact that you're the worst president ever.
No, you're the worst president.
No, you're the worst president.
No, you're the, what? I'll tell you what, at least I'm a better golfer.
No, I'm a better golfer.
No, I'm a better golfer.
So that's pretty much what we got. Not a lot of plan, not a lot of telling us what they're going to do to try to fix this country. There's so many problems out there that need to be fixed, and they basically just avoided them.
They touched upon some of the issues that were economic, but it was more finger pointing than anything. There was at no point in time did they bring up some big things. Here at the Gold Spot, I mean, we talk a lot about what we believe is one of the biggest shifts that we've ever seen, and the unions of the BRICS nations forming to actually fight the dollar. But no one on the political platform wants to talk about this. Like you and I were talking, this could be the biggest shift in economic history in the last, 300 years? Your take?
Yeah, well, I think that they don't really have a plan as far as how they're going to curb spending. They're not discussing anything about cutting back on what we can do. It's all about spend, spend, spend. It's that modern monetary theory that we've discussed in the past. They've come to the resolution that this is the only path moving forward, is to kick that can down the road. Really don't discuss BRICS, because what's the point? They don't have a way to be able to counter it anyway. But all the while, they're becoming a bigger threat to the United States, to the dollar and its dominance in the world. And when we lose that, it's going to be a big change in reality for all of us.
The only time you hear them talk about the debt is when they want to use it as a weapon and try to hit each other over the head. It doesn't matter which president is in power. All of them are creating massive debt, and every single time it gets bigger and bigger. The next one spends more. Think about it, right now we're with the new Biden plan's a $7.2 trillion budget for a single year. I mean, there's no end to this, and no party, not the Republicans, not the Democrats, no one is saying we need to get our books under control. If you owned a business and you are spiraling out of debt control, you're going to eventually figure out where you can cut back so that you can continue to move forward before the debt crushes the business. Well, I see the United States as the biggest business in the world, and I think that is what we should be talking about right now, but it's not politically sound. People don't really have a lot of interest in hearing something like that. They just want to see the show.
Right. And what happens when a business can't fix those things and can't stop that spiraling out of control? They go out of business and somebody else becomes the biggest one on the block. And that's where BRICS is headed right now.
And there's no one sitting up there going, I have a plan. And if you think about it, not a lot of presidential elections in history really had a plan. If you think about it, the only guy I can think of was Ross Perot. He actually came up with a PowerPoint plan on how to solve the debt using a quarter raise in gasoline taxes. And he failed miserably at the polls. So I think since then, it's when you're trying to find a president, they found that you're just going to bore the United States citizens with this type of information. I find it frustrating.
Yeah, and if you don't have a plan, you don't bring it up, because there's no way to be able to counter that.
Everyone wants to just talk about hope, but as I've said with our company all the time, hope without a plan is hopeless. I'm going to close on that. If you could wrap it up for this. Happy birthday, America, for sure.
Absolutely. And we'll see you next time on the Gold Spot.
If you enjoyed today's Gold Spot, like or subscribe to both our YouTube or our Rumble channels. Also, comment below if you have any questions or if you want to hear us talk about something specific in a future video.